everybody, my name is Alanna. I run the No Waste Cook Club workshops for OpenTable. At OpenTable, we're really passionate about helping everybody reduce their food waste at home, as well as reducing our food waste here in the kitchen where we cook our big lunches for you. So today I thought I'd show you how to make a really easy and simple vegetable stock from scratch using things that you would find at home. Stock is great to use at home. It's very versatile. You can use it in soups and stews, anything really that you can think of. And it's really great because you can store it in the freezer. So it lasts for quite a while in the freezer, around 6 months. Depends on how much salt you add to it really. And you can store it in things like ice cube trays or jars or containers and keep that in your freezer. The ice cube tray is great because you can just take out however much you need to add flavour to soups and stews. Now we're going to show you how to make your own stock at home. For a stock, you want a nice big saucepan with a lid. You also need a sieve for when you're going to strain your stock. You need a spoon and you also need your ingredients. So for a stock, for the base, you need some aromatic ingredients. So things like carrot, onion and garlic, or even a leek are really great to have on hand to help make the base of your stock. You also need vegetable scraps. The types of veggie scraps you want to use are things like skins and odds and ends of vegetables. So I've got some onion and garlic skin. I've also got the end of a carrot, the end of a zucchini, and the end of a leek. So any kind of woody, hard pieces that you don't usually use in your cooking, so even broccoli skin. You can also add things like bay leaves, pepper, any kind of flavorings that you like. If you use salt in your stock, just bear in mind that the more salt you add, the longer it will last. We're adding a little bit today, but you can add a bit more so it lasts a lot longer. You also might need some lovely flavorful things, so things like herbs, so you can use any herbs that you like. A great addition to stock is a woody herb such as rosemary or thyme. So the first ingredients we'll use are carrots, onions and garlic for our stock today. You could also use something like leek or spring onion or any stems and things of vegetables like kale that you might have at home. So we'll be using these. We'll also be using some salt, some water and herbs as well, and our scraps. The first thing you do to get your stock started is to get your saucepan and pop a little bit of oil in your saucepan. After you've done that, you want to add your aromatic things. So in this case, we're using carrots, onion and garlic. You could also use leek, spring onion, things like that. So you add them into your saucepan on a medium-low heat with the oil, and you just cook them until they start to soften and become translucent and sweat. The next thing that we're going to do is add the rest of the ingredients. So after you've added your aromatics, you want to add your salt. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of salt, but you could add a bit more if you like. I'm also going to add some herbs as well, and all of the vegetable scraps. So actually, I'll pop these in the bowl ready to go. So all of these vegetable scraps are going in. You want a couple of cups of vegetable scraps so that you get a nice flavoursome stock. So after you've added all of those in to your sweated aromatics, then you just add in water. So we're gonna add in about 3 litres of water, and we're gonna cook this down for about 45 minutes to an hour until it's kind of halved in volume. And that will make sure it's nice and concentrated and flavoursome. Now we will strain our beautiful stock into a pot, which we will use now to make soup, but you can also freeze it to save for later. The leftover bits in the strainer you can pop in your compost. See how flavoursome, and oh, give it a smell. Smells good. A great tip to share with you is also to save your scraps from your cooking during the week. So you can pop them in a little bag and pop them in your freezer, and then use that when you're ready to make your stock. So thank you for watching. I hope that you found that really helpful. For more tips and tricks on how to reduce your food waste, follow us at Open Table on Instagram, as well as our friends at Yarra Libraries.